Some of the tools you'll be using in this video are a jeweler's screwdriver set. I have two sets here. This is a relatively inexpensive one made in Taiwan or wherever. You can pick these up typically for about $1.50. This is a higher quality model of jeweler's screwdriver that comes with a handle to hold a variety of replaceable tips. These tend to last much longer than these. They also cost about $8 or $9 for each one. My trusty Swiss Army knife can be a screwdriver, a knife, and all a punch, a pair of scissors, a pair of tweezers, and a little bit of everything. I wouldn't go anywhere without it. If you're going to be using any lubricants on the top part of your camera, this is called a jeweler's oiler. It's a tube of plastic filled with an ultra lightweight oil with a little bit of silicone included. It's almost like a hypodermic syringe, where you can put one drop at a time very specifically wherever you need to put it. These can be bought at Radio Shack for a few dollars, and they will last you the rest of your life if you oil your cameras as frequently as I do, which is virtually never. You may need to use pliers in repairing your Realist. These start with needle nose pliers to get down into tight little places, to different, little heavier duty needle nose pliers, to one of these fancy sets with offset nose pliers and the like. Comes in very handy when working with small areas. This isn't necessary, but it's very nice to have. I've picked these up over the years. For cleaning and blowing out of dust and particles off of glass or in any part of the camera, these are to be found in virtually every camera store. Most people have one at the bottom of their camera bag. There's a little blower ball here that'll blow dust away with a very soft tip brush. It's real good for blowing dust and dirt away from lenses in the back of your camera. This is a static master brush. I use this in my darkroom, and it's an even softer brush. I really like to use this when cleaning my lenses. This is a fairly new product to the market called Photo Clear Lens Cleaner. It's a microfiber cloth and it's virtually smooth. Pentax markets them in several parts of the country. They say that using this to clean your lens won't scratch your lens. I've found it to be true so far. Again, I recommend that if your lens isn't dirty, don't clean it. You need an army of Q-tips. If you know somebody who works in a hospital, these are actually the wooden Q-tips that they use to take cultures from your throats and other parts of your body. I really like the wooden shaft. You can buy these sometimes with a 3-inch shaft. I like the 6-inch. I have big hands and it seems to fit me a lot better. One of the most useful tools to anybody working with cameras is dust off. These are two different brands. One's a little bit better quality than the other, but they both work the same. When you pull the trigger, it shoots out compressed air. These typically can be picked up for any place between $3 and $10 a piece. They'll last you forever. Two of the products that I use in cleaning and lubricating cameras are Snap Brake Cleaner. This is the 111 trichloroethane we talked about. If you can buy an electronics grade of this, please do so. I wasn't able to get one for making this tape, so I'm using the brake cleaner. This is Silicon 35. It's an electronic grade silicone lubricant. It leaves virtually no residue behind. I don't like to use any type of lubricant on a camera. If you absolutely have to, I prefer using something that's silicone based rather than petroleum based, which tends to dry out and attract dirt through the ears. This can be picked up at many electronic supply stores. Most household cleaners will do a nice job of cleaning the exterior case of your stereo Realist. For what it's worth, I've found that Pro 409 and Glass Plus do a very nice job. When you're cleaning your camera, if one doesn't seem to be doing what you want it to, switch to the other and you can usually make out well. A bottle of Armor All will probably re-moisturize the leather of 100 stereo realists. This bottle has been used on at least 40 cameras and it's still over half full. There's also a new low gloss Armor All out on the market if you don't like your leather to have a very glossy look to it. This is a lacquer stick paint stick. It's solid paint that you can rub into the areas of your camera that used to be white and no longer are. You wipe off the excess and the Stereo Realist logo, for example, is now brilliant and white again, just like it was when it came out of the factory. This is a Tester's gloss paint marker. It's very similar to a magic marker. However, it's full of paint instead of the magic marker fluid. You use this to touch up the black parts of the camera that have been worn away.